Hey guys, it's Chad here with 1GS Digital Agency, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up an email nurturing campaign inside of your GoHighLevel accounts. So this is used for you or your clients to stay top of mind with your target audience, with your clients. This also is used to generate referrals, to ask for referrals, generate reviews, provide information, trending topics, newsletters, whatever the case is. This is how to create a regular drip nurturing email sequence inside of your GoHighLevel account. So as I do with all my videos, I like to get right to the point. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I've got this pulled up here. Pull this over here. Okay, so log into your GoHighLevel account, of course. Find your sub account, and then inside your sub account, the first thing you need to do is you need to create the email templates. Now, you don't have to go through this step in order to go to the next step. You don't have to create these templates first, but it makes the job so much easier to create these templates first. And so you want to do that first. So email templates, that's where you'd go here. And then you would go ahead and craft your email templates. If you need help doing that, have a whole separate video on how to design and create email templates. Once you've done that, once you've created your template series, then you're going to go to automations over here on the left-hand side. And so you're going to you're going to create a workflow by clicking this button up here. You can select from a recipe. You can start from scratch. They do provide you with dozens of pre-built nurturing sequences. You can absolutely go into that and discover one maybe that you like, or if you wish to just start from scratch, that's what we're going to do today. And so here it is. Here's what it looks like. First thing maybe you want to do is save this to whatever you want to save this. So maybe this is like value add, cold nurture sequence, whatever that is. So you type that in there. You click your little save button up here. And then you go right into creating your sequence. Okay, so first thing, add new trigger. You don't need a trigger. If you are just taking a list of folks and assigning them into this automation, you don't need a trigger. You just go right into creating your actions, your steps. If you do want to trigger and make this fully automated, which is what I do, is what I would recommend you to do, then you would figure out, okay, what's my trigger? Is it a tag that gets added? And so for most of our clients who are utilizing our LinkedIn Outreach Connector campaign, where we're connecting them with businesses, their target audience, their businesses, is a B2B approach. As they connect with those folks, we import their new connections directly into their CRM. And so when those connections get imported into the CRM, we utilize Zapier to do this. We have them tagged, whatever that specific tag needs to be. So if it's value added tag, cold nurture tag, LinkedIn nurture tag, that tag is what triggers this sequence. And so if you're going to use a tag, you just click on add new trigger, type in tag up here. Here's create tag. And then this is where you would identify, okay, what is the tag that's going to trigger this sequence? And so you click on that add filter button, tag added. And then here's where you would select the tag that gets added. Now, if you don't have any tags created in your account, that's okay. You can actually just type in whatever you want that tag to be, and then you can click on add new tag right there, and it will go ahead and add that. Is that cool or what? Huh? GoHighLevel has just really thought of a lot of good stuff here. So like, let's say we've got a cold nurture. So we do have a cold nurture. So like, let's just say that's going to be our tag. And I've gone ahead and selected that. I'm going to also name this cold nurture tag. Add it. Here we go. So now our trigger is created, and maybe you've got other triggers. Maybe this gets triggered when someone completes a form. And so if you did that, so let's click on add another trigger. Let's type in form. And so here we got form submitted. And so we'll go ahead and click add filter, click that. Form is And then here's where you would select that form. What is the form that people are submitting in order for them to enter into it? Is it a newsletter? Perhaps you've got a newsletter form. And then that's where you would select that form, click on whatever, click save trigger, and now you've got your form trigger there as well. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's whenever a contact gets created into your system, you can do that. So there's a contact created trigger. Maybe it is when you add a note, maybe it's a task, maybe a phone call comes in, maybe they submit, maybe it's a Facebook lead form. I mean, look at all these different triggers you can choose from and utilize to activate your email nurturing sequence. And so those are your triggers. Now let's go ahead and build out the sequence. And so what happens when someone enters this sequence? The first thing that I make sure that we do over here at 1GS is I make sure that they get assigned a user, because most often than not, our email templates that we build have a user signature custom value field so that it's pulling the user's signature, their sign off. And so if we don't have this person assigned to a user, it won't pull any user signature, and it'll just be like, sincerely, comma, blank, and won't have anything there, which looks kind of goofy. And so that's the first thing I do, is I make sure that this is going to get assigned to a user. And I do that by just clicking up here, assign to user. There you go. And I'm going to select who the user is. Let's just go ahead and select Chad. And then here you can also select only apply to unassigned users. So that's cool. So we'll go ahead and save action. So now all these contacts who enter this workflow will be assigned to this specific user. So that way their sign off, their signature field is not left blank. That's not necessarily your end. You have to kind of figure out what is it that you wish to do. What else do you want to do here? Do you want to wait step? Perhaps maybe the people who fill out a form, they need information right away. Or maybe if it's a newsletter, they get their newsletter a couple of hours from now. Or like, for instance, in our case, when someone connects with our clients on LinkedIn, we don't want them receiving an email immediately after connecting with us. We have a wait step of about an hour or so, or 2 hours. And so maybe that's what you want to do. You want to do a wait step. And so you just come over here, click your little plus button. I typed in wait, and here's the wait step. And so time delay, you can delay this by minutes, you can delay it by hours, you can delay it by days, you can even have advanced window here and delay it until a specific day of the week and specific times. So much you can do here. And then you would just go ahead and save it. And so finally, when we get to the actual email part, we're going to come here to the little plus button. I'm going to click, I'm going to just type an email, and you're going to see send email. And so here we are. We go ahead and we would name this email based on whatever the sequence is. So in our case, our LinkedIn connection. So this will be our LI for LinkedIn intro email. That's how I'm naming that. You can do however you want to. The from name, because we're assigning this to a user, I want it to be from that user. And so you do that by simply clicking your tag over here, clicking on user, and then clicking on user full name or first name or whatever you wish to use there. From email, same thing. I want to have the user come from that user's email. And so again, that's why this assign to user step is so important for our purposes. Okay, and so the subject, of course, you're going to want to put some sort of subject here. So let's just choose one of these that I've used in the past. And so now here's the part where I said it was easier to create your email templates first. And so this is where you would choose from those templates that you created, and that would populate your email. If you didn't do that, if you just skipped right to this part and you just wanted to go right into it and create your email nurturing sequence, you can do that directly by creating your email right here, right in here now. And now it's not going to be designed all pretty or anything like that if you did this, because this is more just kind of like a text layout. But if that's the way you want it to go, where it's a quick hitter, you can do that. You can add attachments. You can manipulate this, modify this based on all these options up here. You can add your custom values using this little button here. So all this good stuff. If you wanted to write it from there. If you're choosing a template, we'll just go ahead and choose a template. I'm just going to choose anything here. And so there's our template. So as you can see, it has populated the template. If you already have templates built, that you want to modify, you can actually edit the template directly from inside of the automation, and then save it right there. You can save it as a new template, perhaps, if you wanted to do that. You can do that as well. You can preview it, all that good stuff. So we'll go ahead. So we've got our template selected, and so we've got our subject line. And so now we'll go ahead and save. Okay, so now what happens after that? We typically have a wait step. We will have a 7 to 10 day wait step so that they don't receive an email every day or every couple of days. We like that frequency of 7 to 10 days. So here's where I'm going to type in wait, and I'm going to do wait 10 days. And then here I'm going to put 10, and I'm going to select days. There we are. Save action. Wait 10 days. All right. And so now the next step is send another email. And then that's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And so instead of having to go through all of those steps where we had to type in we had to put in the from name, the from email, we had to go through all these steps. Instead of going through that again, we can just copy these two items down. So like, I'm going to click these three little buttons right here. Copy all actions from here. Boop. And I'm going to copy them to the next part. There we go. So now we've got our email, wait 10 days. Email, wait 10 days. So I'm just going to change this now. So this will be our email to whatever the email to is. And look, it's carried over this custom tag. This custom tag's carried over. We just need to change our subject line to whatever we want it to be, and then pick our template for email to. And again, you will have done this already. Look, we have this email to template there. And so there we go. And then once you've done that, you can click save. You can also test these emails by sending them to yourself if you wish, and then clicking send test email. You can do that too. All right, so there's our email to. Now we do the same thing. It's got wait 10 days, and then we're going to do another email. So instead of starting from scratch, we're just going to keep copy all actions from here and putting it there. Boom, there we go. And then now we're going to rename this one email 3. And then we'll select an email 3 template that we already created beforehand. Save. Boom, there we go. You see how easy that is? And now, what happens when you get to the end? What happens if you've only created 5 emails to start, 6 emails, 10 emails to start your sequence, and then you're planning to add to those emails later on? You don't want to create 100 emails all at one time. And so what will happen with these prospects if they get to this last email here, and there's nothing there? Like, let's say this is not there. They get to this last email. This sequence will end, and that's it. It ends, and you can't plug them back in here and send them to this part like in bulk. You just can't do that in GoHighLevel. So what I do, and I don't know if this is best practice or not, but this is what I found that works for us. I put a wait step at the end of my sequence here. If I plan on maintaining this sequence and adding to it in perpetuity, I'll put this wait step down here. Move my face so you can see the save. I'll put this wait step, and I'm going to make it wait the longest time it can possibly wait. So that way my folks, if they ever come to the end of their sequence, they just sit in here forever until we add more to it. And then I'll change the wait step, and I'll have them proceed to the next step in the process. I'll change it to something smaller. But for right now, I'm just going to put wait as long as you can, which is 9 days. So what does that equate to? Who knows? Probably 7 years or something like that. And so I'm just going to put wait 9 days. And there we have it. So now anybody comes to the end, they will not exit this this sequence, they will still sit in here. They'll just sit in this very long wait step. Ideally, you want to get in here and add more emails regularly. So maybe like every couple of weeks, you come back, you add another handful of emails in there. That way, no one ever gets to this wait 999 days. But if they do, then you come in here, you add your emails following it, and then you can remove this wait step, and then everybody would go to the next step in that sequence, or you just change it to 10 days, whatever works for you. And so then you would make sure you save this, and then you would publish it and save it, and then you would go ahead and activate it, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So there you go. That's how you create an email nurturing sequence using the automations inside of GoHighLevel.